Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss about combination of errors. And you see here, the combination of errors will deal with error of a sum or a difference, error of a product or a quotient, and error in case of a measured quantity raised to a power. In combination of errors, we will find combination of errors. Combination of errors. Combination of errors. Combination of errors. Number one is error. Combination of errors in various mathematical operations are: number one is error of a sum or a difference. Number one is what we call it as error of a sum, error of a sum or difference. Error of a sum or a difference. What we get here is when two quantities are added or subtracted, when two quantities are added or subtracted, two quantities are added or subtracted, the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the absolute error, sum of the absolute error in the individual quantities, individual quantities. If z is equal to a plus b or z is equal to a minus b, then error del z is given by error del z is given by plus minus del z is equal to plus minus del a plus minus del b. Hence the maximum, however, the maximum value of the error, maximum value of the error z of the error del z is given as del z is equal to del a plus del b. This is the maximum value of the error del z is given as del z equals to del a plus del b. This is the for sum or difference. Now we will find the error of a product or a quotient. Let us find for the product or a quotient what we will find. Let us see next the error of a product or a quotient. Error or a quotient. When two quantities are multiplied, two quantities are multiplied or divided, the relative error in the result is sum of the relative errors in the multipliers. Therefore, if z is equal to a into b or z equal to a by b, then del z by z is equal to plus minus del a by a plus del b by b. The maximum relative error, the maximum relative error del z by z is equal to del a by a plus del b by b. So this is the error of a product or a quotient. So the maximum relative error del z by z equal to del a by a plus del b by b. Now we will find in the case of a power, error in case of a measured quantity raised to a power. Error in case of a measured quantity raised to a power. How to find? So the relative error in a physical quantity that is the relative error in a physical quantity raised to the power k is k times the relative error in the individual quantity In general, if capital Z is equal to a to the power p, b to the power q by c to the power r, then del z by z is equal to p del a by a plus q del b by b plus c plus r del c plus r del c by c. It will be plus r plus r. It will be like this: q by del b by b plus r del c by c, c by c. This is the factor we will get here: del a by a plus q del b by b plus r del c by c. So this is the error in case of a measured quantity raised to a power. So these are the various combination of errors we can find by this formula. If you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you everybody for watching this video.